It is that time for my response to a tweet. Today is special. It's a 2-question day because I am going to, let me just read the questions. 2 questions. And everybody's familiar with what's going on with Donald Trump boycotting the thing. So here's these 2 questions. I'm taking these. First question is, or first tweet is, I wish I can call Megyn Kelly what she is. I'm glad Trump is not showing up to the debates. I wish I could call Megyn Kelly what she is. I'm glad Trump's not showing up to the debates. That's the first tweet. Here's the second one. You go, girl. You got him and his supporters running scared. You go, girl. You got him and his supporters running scared. Well, interesting. Here is my response to this dual tweet. We can't afford for this kind of stuff to happen. Let me put it like this. You know, you always hear the analogy when a plane is going down, the airplane is losing cabin pressure. The first thing you do is you put on your oxygen mask. And then you help others. You put your mask on first, and then you help others. Everybody knows this. If it's a child, as adorable as the child can't save anybody on the airplane. But you as the adult, the stronger one, can save people on the airplane. So you put your mask on first, and then you put the child's on. Now this child has their whole life ahead of them, probably 50, 60, 70 years more than you, but they know how ineffective it is for a child to be the survivor because they got the mask on and everybody else is passed out. And this child can't move anybody around. So put your mask on first, then then go help others. We, as the American people, we are in a horrible situation right now. We are not coming together where we should be. We the people. The reason why the Trump phenomenons and all these things are happening, why? Because you put all your stock in these politicians and they're letting you down when you're missing the fact that we the people are our strength. We should be counting on each other. Not a politician, not some wealthy news reporter. We ain't got it like that, people. We got to put our mask on first. How in the world are we going to come together when we're taking all of our oxygen and putting it on a billionaire? And taking our oxygen and putting it on this reporter who's very well off. She's fine. They're both fine. They're personalities. We ain't got it like that. So our lives are just going so hunky-dory to where we can run to the defense of a grown man and a grown woman. And then, here's the sadder part. We the people don't have our stuff together. And now these people are further dividing us. We're running out here to protect a man and his feelings that won't hesitate in hurting another American's feelings. And we're running over here to protect a woman who's driven by ratings and everything, and so she needs the spotlight on her too. What about our spotlight? The only thing that's being spotlighted now is the fact that we will be so ugly towards each other over 2 people that have a vested interest in being ugly. Donald Trump's leading in the polls from being ugly. Megyn Kelly is leading being ugly. Everybody's being ugly, but the American people yet again is suffering again because we're putting all of our things behind these 2 people. And they're dividing us. They're going to be fine. They were fine before they even started this election. They're going to be fine far after this. And they're going to be even better. Why? Because Trump's thing is going to rise and Megyn Kelly's thing is going to rise. But the way that we are functioning together, we are willing to bring about each other's demise. These is grown people. And now we grown people running around here like some children. Donald Trump will assassinate the handicapped all the way to the blacks to the whoever. Megyn Kelly will do, see, this is what you're missing. Donald Trump See, if you really want to get down into the weeds of what Donald Trump has just done, Donald Trump has bled. He shows that he bleeds. Ted Cruz made him bleed. But guess who was the first one that made him bleed? That's why I used the blood analogy on Megyn. She showed you he was not this Teflon man. Don't forget, when Megyn Kelly first got him, he only said 3 somewhat controversial things. Deport all illegals, build the border, and John McCain sucks. Don't like losers. Don't like people to get captured. And Megyn Kelly called those things onto the carpet, and Donald Trump got pissed. He wants to go unopposed. He's a billionaire. Nobody should be opposing him. Megyn Kelly made him bleed. And so his eyes had blood. And he blamed blood on her. So now, if that's what happened in the Fox debate, and he had 3 things, now he has 33 things. And he knows Megyn Kelly is not going to be scared to say something about it. He knows it. So he makes you think that he's tough, and he boycotts Megyn Kelly. No. Because of Ted Cruz. Donald knows he bleeds, he can get hurt. He's hurt right now. He knows that the statements that he made after the last Fox debate with Megyn Kelly is about to come back and slap him in the face. He's a bleeder now. And so he's running away from his cut being exposed. And he can't afford for Megyn Kelly to make him answer this foolishness that he's doing. Don't forget, this is right on the heels of him saying, I can shoot somebody in the street. And that didn't fly over well. It's not flying over well. Ted Cruz is showing it's not flying over well. Ted Cruz is not the Ben Carson that he can call Iowan stupid and still rise in the polls. It's not happening like that for Donald, and he can't afford for Megyn Kelly to be the one person in the media that's not scared of him. We can't keep running to the defense of this billionaire. And we can't run to the defense of Megyn Kelly, a millionaire possibly. We don't got it like that. We don't have billions. We don't have jobs. Our children are not in journalism school. Our children are not on Donald Trump's will list. Our children are not Donald Trump's children to where they're fine. Our communities are in shambles, not to use Donald Trump's rhetoric. We don't have it like this, people. Once we get our kumbaya together, then we can work on other people's kumbayas. We ain't got it like that, people. We don't have it. We ain't got it like that. So just remember this. We got to put our oxygen mask on and let us get our relationships together before we start focusing on these other people's relationships to where their relationship with us is just to rise in the polls and rise in their ratings. Because while they're rising in their polls and they're rising in their ratings, we're rising in our hatings for each other. And we, the people, ain't got it like that. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. And that's my response to a tweet on The Phil Williams Show.